This is John Duvall, and this is my demonstration on how to change a tire on a bicycle. Spring is upon us, and I'm looking forward to shedding some winter weight. Go out to the garage. My trusty bicycle here has a bad tire. It's dry rotted, it's old, it's seen its better days. There's a couple of things that we're gonna need to be able to change this tire out. One is gonna be a socket set, 15 millimeter. We'll take off the nuts for the tire to remove the tire from the frame. And then the next thing we're gonna need is our pry bar, which I think we'll need to pry the tire off of the wheel. I didn't introduce my audience, Ariana. This is my daughter, Ariana. She's 10 years old. Let's get started. We're gonna go ahead and take this wheel off of this bicycle, and we'll get this tire changed out here in a second. First thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna take off these nuts, which will help us remove the tire, the wheel from the bicycle itself. Once you have the wheel off, okay, it's probably a real good thing here to let all of the air out. So you can use your fingernail, you can use a pencil, screwdriver. We'll go ahead and deflate this tire. When you get all the air out of it, it'll help you take the tire. It should be able to slide right off of this wheel. So it looks like I got all of the air out of it, and the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to break the seal around the tire. That'll help us get the tire off of the wheel itself. And this, you can tell this tire is so old. We've got a gap right here. I can just pull this whole thing right off. So I'm gonna push that inner tube out and pull this tire off. There, voila, the tire is off the rim. While you've got it off, you want to look at it and inspect it and make sure that you don't have any burrs or anything sharp that'll puncture your inner tube. You've got your tire, pull the inner tube out. Again, you want to look at this inner tube and make sure that it's good. It was holding air, so it looks like a pretty good inner tube. I'm going to try to reuse this. Now for the tire. Went out and bought one of these 20 to 26 by 1.5 inch tire. We'll take a look at the tire. We'll do the same thing we did when we removed the old one. We'll look at the inside of this to make sure there isn't anything sharp on there. We'll take our wheel, and we're gonna slip this wheel right into this tire. And then, because it's the right size, it ought to just go right on here. Yes, it does. So I've got the outside edge of this tire still open, as you can see. And what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take this inner tube where the valve stem is, and I'm gonna push this through this little hole right up here, all the way in there like that. And then I'm gonna feed this inner tube into this tire. And we'll feed that thing in, go all the way around. And as I'm doing this, I'm gonna try to, without pinching it, I'm gonna try to put that tire over this lip right here. Just gotta keep working at it. And once you stick that inner tube in there, it'll just pop right on there. This tire was so worn out that I didn't have to use the pry bar to kind of pry the tire off. As you can see, now what you want to do is you want to just pull this back over that lip. Just like that. So you've got your valve stem right here. Your tire is on. It's ready to go back on the bike. We'll take our socket, and you can see on, you probably can't see it from the video, but there is a directional arrow which shows which way the wheel should go. So we're going to line it up so that the wheel turns in this fashion. We'll tighten these nuts up. And then we've got to put some air in the tire now to, we'll inflate the tire slowly. And one of the things you want to be careful of is not to overinflate it, because if you overinflate it, it'll break that inner tube, and you'll have to go get a new inner tube. So I'm going to slowly just put some air in here. And while I do that, I'm going to make sure that the tire is positioned evenly on this rim. So there we go. We've got it good and aired up. Spinning. And we're ready to wear off some pounds. Interestingly enough, Carver and Gilly wrote an article in Outside Online, which pretty much stated that it talked about the death of the local bike shop. You know, all the online sales that we have now at our fingertips. Business is really driven slowed down for these guys, and has driven them out of business. So it's really important to know how to come in, change your bike tire, do some maintenance on it yourself. Save you some money and save you some trouble trying to hunt somebody down. Just to recap what we did, I took the nuts off the wheel, pulled the wheel off the frame of the bike, let the air out of the tire, deflated it, pulled off the old tire and inner tube, inspected it to make sure everything was good, and then put the old inner tube in the new tire, back on the wheel, lined it up, put it back on the bike, tightened it up, and put some air in there. And now I'm ready to go. Thank you. Have a great day.